What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. So we all know ROADCRAFT is a fairly new game on the market and has only been out for a little bit over a month now. And to be fair, it's a really good game for its category, which is construction and road building. However, I'm sure many of us players encountered at least one issue or something that they dislike within the game. Now, does this make it a bad game? Personally, I'd say no, not at all. It's just the current state that the game needs updates. And that's what we're here to discuss today. So recently, patch 2, which was scheduled for June, has gotten pushed back for early July. And according to the devs, they're taking this time to include additional improvements. For me, this is great news. I actually prefer them to take as much time that's needed to get this game working perfectly. Usually, I'd think this is something that's done before the game is released, but it seems like they might have rushed the launch of ROADCRAFT just a bit too early. And now many players are complaining about certain features that don't work on their version of the game. Anyways, the patch 2 update should be in July, and I think it would just be considered one update now. Maybe not if they still decide to put in the quality of life improvements and more new vehicles at the end of July. We'll have to see. But going forward, based off the current roadmap, we won't be seeing another update until September. And that's of course planned to be the Rebuild expansion update. Now I'd say this is a pretty major update since it includes 2 new maps, 5 new vehicles, new missions of course, and a whole new hard mode. So definitely a more major update than the previous ones. And this makes me wonder, do I think the Rebuild expansion in September will be delayed just like the current update? My answer is maybe. And that's because the development team is taking their time to make the game have the best experience. And after them already putting this info out, players now know and can expect future updates to be delayed as well. We can see nothing is planned for August, but still, that might not be enough time for the Rebuild expansion. I really don't want the devs to rush putting out the Rebuild expansion. This is a really major update and would suck if it was released with a bunch of issues. So like I said, I hope they take their time on finishing all the updates. I don't care if it's later than what the planned roadmap says. But one thing that sort of threw me off was that they allow us to purchase the Rebuild expansion before it's even finished. And this was back before the game even launched. We had the choice to pre-order either the Standard Edition or the Rebuild Edition. The only thing that's currently available right now in the Rebuild Edition is the Invictus Type A. The actual expansion part isn't planned until September and could possibly be delayed even further. So my thought is, why didn't they just release the Invictus Type A in a DLC for $3.99, just like they did with the Bowhead 30T, instead of making a bunch of players purchase an expansion that isn't even out yet? You're basically buying the Invictus for $14.99 and hoping that in September the expansion releases on time. I don't know, let me know what y'all think. It's just silly to me that there is no other way to get the Invictus Type A unless you get the Rebuild expansion. Like, why not just put it in a separate DLC like the 30T? That way we're not purchasing something we don't know when will be released. I get that it says September, but based off how the updates are going now, I think the expansion can possibly be delayed as well. And like I said earlier, I don't want them to rush any part of updating the game, so at least make it fair that this vehicle is in its own separate DLC. It should not have been added to the Rebuild edition of the game. But overall, I'm super excited to see the direction of where this game goes. It definitely has a lot of potential to continue to be great. I think by adding more game functions, machines, vehicles, and other features, players will be able to create and have a very fun experience without all the complaints about something doesn't work on this person's game or someone asking to add this into the game. I've just seen so many different comments of people requesting to add certain things or that some things need to be fixed. And I'll say it again, I know the game is new, but then why rush the release if after 1 month of it being out, the devs say they gotta take more time to add additional improvements for us to have the best possible experience? Like, come on, it's clear that it wasn't tested enough. Or they knew the current version needed updates and improvements, but still decided to push the game out to the public. Anyways, guys, go ahead, leave a comment, and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.